last week, and I've gotten comments from the bass player about it. There's 3 different time signatures in it. I was trying to demonstrate. We have a giveaway of a electro-harmonic soul food, and maybe start your pedal board, and a couple of gift cards to Guitar Center. And so once we get done with this, we'll have a brief discussion and pedal board basics and things to do and not do, and what the gain staging looks like and things like that. So here we go. So if you can flip to the next slide. So, well, I should have gone over this before. The bathrooms are through those doors right there, and to the left. Pizza's over there. I don't think with this group we're going to have much of a problem with it, but make sure you're respectful of other people's opinions, because pedals and tone are like religion, and people get their feelings hurt easily. So, what else? You know, keep an eye on everybody's gear, make sure we don't leave anything behind or let something walk off. And if you go to the next slide. The whole point of this thing is to try to, I didn't have a lot of help when I was first getting into playing, especially in church. But even back when I was learning to play, it was guitar magazines and stuff like that. You could read all this stuff. You didn't really have anybody to help you, because I lived someplace where we didn't have a lot of musicians around. Played in a few bands, but it was straight into the amp and all those things like that. So I didn't know anything about pedal boards. My first pedal board was built about 5 years ago, or 5 or 6 years ago. Before that, I'd always try to use all of the multi-effects processors, and it never was fulfilling. And I didn't like the sound. I didn't like the way it worked. So the point of this is kind of to give back. There were some people that helped me. played in bars for 10 years and performed live at festivals and car shows and stuff like that. And it's a completely different thing playing in church. The sounds are different. You got cool stuff like nice little reverbs and stuff, and you're sitting here doing a little one-note things. So it's different. Where I was used to, like stuff like that, rocking out and being the one. A lot of the bands I was in were three-piece bands, so it ended up influencing the way I played. I had to fill a lot of space, so I had to learn to back off, things like that. So part of that's just that discussion, like when we break for discussion and everything, and play with the amps and toys and everything. We can talk about that stuff and see what your experience is, because I'm really interested in what everybody else's experience is as well. So we've done the demo. This would be the panel discussion portion. So I have the clone. That first lead sound that I was playing is the soul food. It's a clone, that's why I keep calling it a clone. But I have that soul food on my pedal board that we're going to be giving away. So that first tone, which is thusly. Is the soul food, and it's really got this is P90, so it's a kind of single coilish. So if I back off, so it's a nice little tone. But if I turn it up, I'll turn the gain up. A little more gain and a little more tone on it. It gets a little more fuzzy. So it's got a good broad range of things. It's a transparent overdrive, quote unquote transparent overdrive. It colors the sound a little bit, but it's supposed to maintain the character of the guitar, not really compress the sound. So it works pretty well. I kind of like it. I've got a...
Yeah, right now people pay thousands of dollars for a real font to just use it as a clean foose.
Yeah. So...
All this is John Man.
The alternative, I've got a TC Electronic Mojo on here also. That's the same type of overdrive. It's got an active EQ. So it sounds good.
So you said you went from like a multi-effects board,
Yeah.
now you went more traditional. Did you, because like I said, I was trying to get in, I'm thinking about getting into electric, and I was really thinking of going multi-effects, just because having it all there, it seems like that's the direction.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's actually what I play. That Fender Tonemaster Pro is what I play at church all the time.
Okay.
Mainly because that was one thing I was going to discuss. If you go ahead and go to the next slide, I think I've got so on this is an MS3 multi-effects. That's the core of it. It's actually a 3-loop switcher also, so I've got all the distortions in the loops. So I can turn them on and off with the pedals and single presses and do a bunch of things with the single press.
Yep.
That's not a modeler. So it's kind of a modeler. It models the pedals.
Right.
But if I'm playing my music, I want to use the pedal board because it's going to be, not that many sounds and things like that. Playing in church, we have to play such a variety of things. That Tonemaster Pro is perfect because you can do anything, and with one button press, it changes the delays and reverbs and switches out a chorus with a flanger and all with one button
And
press.
then you line them up for the songs, right? And
Right.
it's first song and second.
Yeah, it has a song mode where I actually just put the songs for Sunday in and go through them. And you also have, just like this one where I'm switching in and out, it's got presets, and it's also got the on-off switching for the individual effects.
I'd also say as a fairly novice at the pedals, that's also use the multi-effects, and there's, especially for like starting out and starting to actually make those sounds that you want, I think it's very, very serviceable. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially if you're starting out, I would say multi-effects to start because
Yeah.
you don't know what sounds you want. You're not sure what all these pedals will do. And I mean, you can look it up and whatnot, but it's also the interaction of various sounds and how they work. And a multi-effect is going to be way more affordable than buying, 24 pedals,
Right.
and figuring out what you want. And
Yeah.
it's a lot easier, especially for learning. So yeah. And it doesn't take as much space. Of course, the downside is you don't get the fun of buying new pedals all the time. So
Yeah. That is part of the fun of it.
yeah.
So I started out, my first effects box was a Zoom 2020. I don't know if you, those things are, I wish I still had it because they kind of went up in value.
Yeah.
For whatever reason they're doing. But it sounds good still. I mean, even I pulled out my old pod. You remember the kidney bean?
We still have one of them at our church. One of the people still uses it.
Yeah. I never liked the sound of it live.
I don't
It
either, but I won't tell my band leader that.
but it still works. And there's some like that high gain. I think it's extreme or something like that. It's a really good tone. But so I had the Zoom 2020 and then worked my way up. And I ended up having a rack, like when I was playing in bars, I had a rack and a 412, and we were just rocking out,
Right.
which was really fun. I miss, playing at church, everything's silent stage, which he doesn't wear ears for whatever reason. But we can all hear him. I'm just assuming he doesn't want to hear us. But with the silent stage, it doesn't feel right because I can't feel my pants legs vibrating with the noise behind me and my chest vibrating. This is not as fun, but yeah, the multi-effects are fine. And like now is like the prime time for multi-effects because you got the, what's this? The Hot Tone Ampero. That's a modeler. There's a Donner modeler. And he's got, you don't have the American Sound on there this time, do you?
No, that's just for guitar, but I do have it over there.
Okay. So we both have the same pedal for the guitar tones, because it's inexpensive. It's a copy of a Tech 21 Blonde pedal, a Fender copy, analog modeler. Yeah. So
Which is good because Tech 21 doesn't make them anymore either.
right, I know. And right when I wanted one, they quit making them, and this is like $30. So I've got
What's it called?
It's a Joyo American Sound. So you can do the cheap pedals. If you want to talk about what you got on here.
Yeah, so my board is mostly affordable pedals, mostly because I'd like to stay married to my wife. And if I got a lot of pedals that I did want, because surprisingly enough, she balks at the idea of, hey, I want a, $300 Woolly Mammoth fuzz pedal. No. So mine is mostly affordable, but I've done my research to, make sure good quality, but affordable. They're mostly, half of them are clones of other stuff, and other ones are just, ones of their own. My other goal with this board, there was two main goals. One was to have a wide variety of sounds, because, as it says, a lot of Christian music, it reminds me a lot of theater in the fact that you play a little bit of everything, Christian contemporary music borrows from so many different types of music, so you never know when you're going to need different sounds. The other main goal was I wanted something that I could very easily switch between bass and guitar with. All I have to do to change this to guitar is I pull out the Tidal Wave, which is a Samsam bass driver DI clone. I put in the King of Kings, which is a Kingatone clone, Wolfgang Kingatone, and so I just put this here, put this in my stack to drive, and then the American Sound, as he said, I just add it here here on the end, that's my amp in a box, and that's all I have to do. I have everything I need for guitar just by swapping to one pedal. That's it.
So what type of pedals? My wife plays bass
Mhm.
and is not a ear nerd by any means. What type of pedals is best for the bass player?
It's a tough question because again, it's a lot of like what you play.
Yeah.
But if I had to come up with a kind of a short list of the most likely ones you would need, some type of drive is normally good. A lot of people when they hear drive just think, you know, like a heavy distorted, but even just a very light drive really fills up your sound a lot. Compressor is very important for bass, I would say.
Yeah, she just plays straight in. Now, some of that they may be doing on the board. I mean, they could be doing some compression.
Yeah, a lot of times there will be compression at the board.
I do here. So here we've got, I mean, there's a ridiculous amount of compression at the board because we live feed to YouTube.
Yeah.
For Sunday morning. So to keep it, we have volunteer staff in the booth. You probably got the same thing.
We do.
So to avoid any problems, it's all compressed.
And obviously the other main ones, chorus will come up a lot. Chorus is really good. And depending on what you play, an octave. It's kind of the biggies. And then if you're going to go into kind of more of the 70s stuff, whatnot, an envelope filter is really good.
Can you kind of demonstrate some of the sounds you got on your board?
Sure.
Because we had, for me playing lead, we had a lot of it from the song. So.
Yeah.
Also on my multi-effects, I've been able to co-opt. It's built for guitar.
Mhm.
I've been able to co-opt a lot of stuff for bass.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Maybe it's not the best sound in the world, but it certainly, you mess around with it, you can get a really nice sound out of it.
And lots of multi-effects now are very good for both guitar and bass. So clean tone, just a little bit of compression.
Is that through the tube side or the solid state side?
I'm on solid state side. So just very light drive on it. It's not even really get into any kind of clipping, it's just there to really kind of fill it out. The octave, which at the moment I have it for one octave up, one octave down.
Like for sevens.
Huh?
Like for sevens, right?
Yeah. Or no, not for sevens, no. For sevens, we have the fuzz. Fuzz is fun.
I see that fitting in my church.
If you have the fuzz in the octave,
You'd be surprised what you could actually get by with.
I'm sure we could.
Yeah.
if you have the fuzz in the octave, it's also pretty much the basis of the bass sense sound. Less fuzz. Bass, octave and fuzz always play nice together. The chorus. I have a Donner white tape delay, so it's a tape delay. Kind of more for guitar than bass, but listen to Pink Floyd does a delay on bass. Reverb. That's the basis of this board.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, for mine, you know, the MS3's on there. That's doing a lot of control, but it's also the reason I bought it is because I don't use flanger a lot. I don't use phaser a lot. Envelope filters. What is the one that makes a glitchy sound. I can't remember what the name of that.
Like a big crusher or?
No.
Uh,
Darn it. Anyway, I can't remember what it is. It's a type of filter, but it'll like randomly put notes and stuff. And there's a slicer. The cool thing about this one that the Fender doesn't have, it's got a slicer in it, so it can it'll do like a. If you just holding it, it'll cut up the sound for doing the weird. You know, some of the Christian music's got that stuff in it. And doing that with the pick, and it just doesn't sound right. So that's in there. So for all the different effects that I don't use, and it's also not delay and reverb. I have an extra delay on here just for continuity between switching, because this does not do seamless switching, where that one does. The tails of everything fall over and it's instantaneous. Where this one, I'll play something you can hear. So where it skips.
Yeah.
I have the delay on there to kind of cover that up.
Okay.
So there's things you can do. You know, maybe it's imperfect, but it does a lot of cool things that you like. You can use it. You just got to figure out how to make it work. So I've got on this one, I've got a TC Electronic Mojo that you can see up there, which is my overdrive, and it stays on most of the time. For not like if I'm playing in church or something like that, I'll have it gained down. So it's got a nice little, I can roll the volume down, clean it up, because a little bit of grit, that little bit of breakup makes it cut through the mix just a little bit. So I like that. And then the second one I've got on here is a Dark Matter, GC Electronic Dark Matter, which is a Marshall Plexi pedal. So it's like a JTM 45 or even the 70s Marshalls, 70s Plexis.